Guilford Cares is an unusual model in the state of Vermont, and it's been my pleasure to connect with this amazing community group called Guilford Cares. When Richard and Susan Davis conceived the idea of a cares group, it initially started around loaning medical equipment. And soon enough, the town fathers recognized that they had more to offer than just loaning out equipment, and were the leaders.
Susan's concept was that Guilford's model would be based on a nursing model, so that there would be a nurse who could take up the slack from other institutions and agencies, because what we had seen over the years was that people would get discharged from the hospital or home health agencies, and then there'd be this gap and they would kind of fall off the face of the earth. So her idea was to try to fill that gap, but also to help people with rides to medical appointments. I still do equipment loans, so my barn is filled with equipment that used to be filled with goats. But so that's the quick history, you know, and I believe that Guilford Cares has really established itself as a solid community institution and has sustainability for the long run, and you really can't ask for more than that.
Hi, I'm Tina Blust, and I'm a registered nurse. I have 28 years of experience as a nurse in a variety of roles, and I currently teach nursing at Vermont Tech. In 2006, Susan Davis, a woman I greatly admire, saw that individuals living alone in Guilford had a need for transportation. So she started a cares group to help out. I joined up, and from 2009 to 2015, I served in various roles on the board of Guilford Cares. In 2015, I became the Guilford Cares nurse. In that role, I pick up some of the loose ends needed to keep our neighbors with chronic illnesses safe and sound. I go to their homes. I address their concerns, and often I help them set up systems to make sure they're taking their medications consistently and know how to monitor their own health status. I serve as a friend and an advisor to help them get any extra services they might need, either from our volunteers or from other agencies in the area. I wish I had more hours to spend on this important task, but I'm proud of the job that Guilford Cares does, helping keep our vulnerable citizens safe and active. The supporters of Guilford Cares make my services possible, and I get to hear in person the many thanks from our neighbors. Thanks that really belong to you who make this service available through your donations. Thank you for making this very special service available here in Guilford.
I'm Ann Montgomery, and I'm a Guilford Cares volunteer. I'm especially glad to serve as one of the friendly visitors who spends time with homebound elders or drives them to appointments. It's been a wonderful experience for me getting to know neighbors that I may not otherwise have met. Reminiscing and listening to their stories, it's like visiting the past and imagining what Guilford was like decades ago. And I've also realized that helping out in little ways can make a huge difference in people's lives, indeed in the lives of entire families. The diverse programs Guilford Cares has to offer call for a lot of behind-the-scenes planning. As a board member, I get to see how all the pieces come together with careful coordination, discussions. The need for services from Guilford Cares is growing all the time, and we rely on generous donors, local businesses, the town of Guilford. We would love to have your support and involvement. It's really a win-win situation when neighbors help neighbors.
I'm Pat Hain. Guilford Cares Food Pantry opened in January 2011. We have now been in operation for over 5 years. We're located at the Broadbrook Grange and are open every Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. Over this period of time, we have served over 155 individual households. Some families come once, others come many times each month. Presently, we're averaging 20 to 25 households each week. The people we serve are hardworking. Without exception, all have some source of income. Many work more than one part-time job or on Social Security. After paying for rent, fuel, childcare, there may be nothing left over for groceries. At the pantry, we offer fresh fruits, vegetables, eggs, yogurt, a wide assortment of staples, tuna fish, peanut butter, cereal, pasta, and the like. Over 25 dedicated volunteers staff the pantry. Volunteers work at the Grange each week, pick up orders at the Vermont Food Bank, bread from Bridget's Kitchen, and groceries from Hannaford's, and help process gleaned produce from our Healthy Harvest Network partners. We recently processed over 100 pounds of fresh spinach, kale, and Swiss chard using the kitchen at Guilford Community Church. This spring, with the support from the school staff, we opened a small pantry at the Guilford Central School. With parental permission, this pantry is available to any student in need of supplemental food. Your generous donation to Guilford Cares will help us continue to offer healthy, nutritious food choices to our neighbors in need. Thank you for your continued support.
20 to 25% of Windham County residents go to bed hungry every night. And I was literally shocked. I couldn't imagine that in this country, in this area, in this state, that so many people would be without food. And we talked about organizing a food pantry, and we laid the groundwork for it. And I happened to have a van, and I said, well, you know, I can go and gather up the food from the food bank. And I started doing that. In 2009, I started picking up the food for the pantry at the food bank and bringing it to the Grange and unloading it and helping to stock the shelves. And then I've just done it by myself, and it's down to a routine, and I can just get it done in an hour or so every Wednesday. I guess it's just, for me, it has become a part of my every week life. Something that I do, and I just do it. There's certain things that we have to do in life that are just important to do, and I guess down deep I feel satisfaction. The involvement with Guilford Cares showed me that this is a community that everybody seems to pitch in. Nobody will leave you on the side of the road. People drive past you, they wave. I'm acknowledging that there are people out there. I don't have to know who they are or what their circumstances are. I just know that there are people out there who need some help. So one of the nice things about living in Vermont is that when you need help, you don't have to ask for it. People seem to know that you need some help, and they're there for you. And when they're finished helping you, they just go back to their lives without making a big ceremony about it and without looking for a lot of thanks.
My name is Leah Gessner. I coordinate the Guilford Cares volunteers who help elderly and vulnerable residents in our community. I have a great job. These neighbors of ours need help with transportation, nursing, home care, and supplemental food in order to stay safe and comfortable in their own homes in the town that they love. I got involved in Guilford Cares about 6 years ago when I first volunteered to be a friendly visitor for an elderly neighbor who was living alone in her house. Her stories about her life in Guilford hooked me. I looked forward to the visits while she appreciated having someone check in on her regularly. That activity opened my eyes and my heart to the value, actually the gift, of helping neighbors, especially in a concerted effort. The free, reliable, helping services from Guilford Cares have become widely known. We are busy. Guilford residents can call us for rides to doctor's appointments. We take seniors on shopping trips. We coordinate healthcare visits and home care and more. Guilford Cares collaborates with the community health team and case managers at Brattleboro Memorial Hospital. Keeping seniors comfortable and safe can be a complex project requiring a whole team. Our region has many social services, but figuring out who can best meet an individual's needs easily proves confusing. But Guilford Cares can help find the right source to meet our residents' needs. I think it's fair to say that the community of Guilford can brag about its level of caring for the well-being of its residents. As executive director, I see the effort put forward every day by our volunteers, and it makes me very proud of Guilford. It takes ongoing volunteering and donating to keep Guilford Cares working, and this community does that year after year. Please help us with our annual appeal and consider becoming a volunteer. Together we can make this wonderful organization even more awesome.
Think of the many reasons to support Guilford Cares.
Mainly it's those things that catch us all unawares.
Vermonters, of course, always help out a neighbor in need.
Whether it's a fire, an illness, or just a pesky nosebleed.
They do it because it's the right thing to do.
But also because the next needy person could be you.
Thank you for supporting Guilford Cares.